Okay, so what happens when scientific ambition, something meant to save lives, morphs into a bioweapon capable of ending the world as we know it? And what does it truly take to unearth the truth and just survive when a powerful corporation holds absolute sway?
Today, we're really plunging into a narrative that dissects exactly that. Our sources lay bare this gripping account of a city just consumed by a viral outbreak. We see it through the chilling lens of its corporate architects, the desperation of its citizens, and, well, the profound, often horrifying transformation of those caught right in the crossfire.
Right. Our mission for this deep dive is to extract the most important nuggets from this really rich, multi-layered story. We're looking to understand that complex interplay of unchecked power, the relentless struggle for survival, and the unexpected pathways of human evolution. Let's get right into it. We should begin where the nightmare truly takes root, with the corporate stuff, the machinations that set this entire catastrophe in motion. Our sources introduce us to a figure we probably all know as Umbrella's ruthless enforcer, Major Timothy Cain. Now, our notes paint this vivid picture of Abel Cain, decorated soldier, Persian Gulf. What was it about his battlefield philosophy that so perfectly suited him for Umbrella's darker agenda?
Well, what's really striking from our sources is how Cain's experiences in the desert fundamentally warped his worldview. It's pretty stark. He concluded that life was neither precious nor sacred. His takeaway was life was, in fact, cheap. And this wasn't just some abstract idea. It became his guiding principle, this dangerous synergy, where a brutal, almost nihilistic military philosophy aligns perfectly with a corporate agenda. That basically became the bedrock for Umbrella's most extreme decisions.
Yeah, and his transition to Umbrella is just chillingly pragmatic, isn't it? He was recruited for what, an obscene amount of money to run their security division. Yet he apparently saw it as still serving his country because of government contracts. So it's not just about the money, it's this terrifying blurring of patriotism and corporate self-interest. That sets a really dangerous precedent, I think, for how state power can be co-opted.
Absolutely. And our sources powerfully illustrate how this personal philosophy scales directly into corporate action. It gets personal. Okay, so Cain bought his father a house, gave his brother Michael a job, paid for his sister Mary's divorce lawyer, but then he tracked down and murdered the ex-husband. And the thought process behind it, life was, after all, easy to take, but it was so much more satisfying to destroy someone first.
Hmm.
That really reveals this deeply personal application of his ruthless philosophy. It shows that for Cain, control and destruction were paramount, and these values were implicitly sanctioned, maybe even rewarded by Umbrella.
So on one hand, you've got this carefully constructed public image of Umbrella, leader in computer technology and healthcare products, all very benevolent. But then our sources just rip back the curtain, don't they? They reveal the hidden reality, the Hive, this massive underground complex near Raccoon City dedicated to its most sensitive work. The deception is profound.
It really is.
Yeah.
And deep within the Hive, we find Dr. Charles Ashford, the brilliant level 6 scientist behind the T-virus. His initial intentions were incredibly noble, actually. He envisioned the T-cell could eradicate disease worldwide. He wanted to cure degenerative conditions, like his own daughter Angela's. So what you see here is a classic tragedy, really. Scientific aspiration, born from a desire to heal, being just systematically corrupted by corporate ambition.
Exactly. Umbrella utterly perverted this research. It wasn't just for medicine anymore. It became a component in a wrinkle cream, believe it or not, Renew cream,
Yeah.
and then secretly for bioweapon development. Ashford was systematically cut out as the research became more, well, reprehensible. And the whole thing goes terribly wrong when the Hive's sophisticated AI, the Red Queen, modeled on Angela, which is another layer, suddenly goes silent. This isn't just a technical glitch, it's the trigger point, isn't it? The moment it all starts to unravel.
Oh, absolutely. And the shocking truth about what happened inside the Hive is devastating. Inside, 492 employees are dead and reanimated by the T-virus. This confirms those earlier scientific predictions of airborne infection, despite initial theories that it could be contained. It just proves how catastrophic and uncontainable the breach truly was. It's a stark reminder, of the inherent risks when complex biological agents are mishandled like this.
And Kane's response to this escalating horror, it's swift and absolutely ruthless, no hesitation. He sends in a hazmat-suited team They discover the damn liquor, one of those bioweapons, has already escaped.
Yeah.
And they witness Abernathy and Matt Addison emerging, Matt with those distinctive claw wounds. Then come the drastic measures. Raven's Gate Bridge, the main escape route for so many people, is sealed. Umbrella's guards, following orders from that German-accented, officious voice, they open fire on fleeing civilians. The orders are chillingly clear. Seal the gates. Just do it.
Yeah, and the ultimate cover-up is then laid bare. Cain reveals Umbrella's plan to sanitize Raccoon City at sunrise. Sanitize with a precision tactical nuclear device, a half-megaton yield. And they had a cover story ready, a meltdown at the nuclear power plant. This just shows the extreme, almost unimaginable lengths the corporation would go to protect its secrets, its image, at the cost of an entire city, its whole population.
Okay, so with the corporate architect's detached calculus laid bare, our sources then plunge us right into the harrowing reality on the streets. How did the individual struggles of Raccoon City's citizens, people like Tara Morales and Jill Valentine, how do they serve as that stark counterpoint to the decisions made back in the Hive?
It's a huge shift in perspective. We encounter Terry Morales, remember her? The Raccoon 7 weather reporter. Amidst this unprecedented heat wave and what she calls undead monster movie shit, she's still filming it all. For her Emmy. This darkly comical yet deeply human drive to document the truth, even facing absolute horror. It reveals this powerful instinct for meaning-making. Or maybe, just a desperate attempt to assert some control in the middle of pure chaos.
And then there's Jill Valentine, decorated STARS officer. She'd actually been suspended before all this for reporting zombies out in the Arklay forest. Nobody believed her. Now she witnesses the city's complete collapse, and that bitter truth hits her. They'd called her crazy. They'd disregarded her testimony. It's such a tragic vindication, and it really highlights the systemic failure of institutions to listen to credible warnings, doesn't it? And the devastating psychological toll that takes on someone.
Yeah, definitely. We also see the chaos through L.J. Wayne, a small-time hustler just trying to get by. He navigates this police station that's completely overrun. He calls it like a Night of the Living Dead scenario. His street-level perspective, it's raw, unfiltered. It offers this kind of grounding realism amidst the escalating absurdity, like his stark observation, maybe I was safer out there, this all looks like some white supremacist bullshit, he's just trying to survive, by any means necessary.
Which brings us to a crucial question about personal loyalties in an apocalypse like this. We witness the really tragic journey of Jill and her loyal sergeant, Peyton Wells. Peyton, who always believed in Jill, he gets bitten eventually. He transforms. And Jill is forced to make that agonizing choice, stating, if it comes to that, I'll take care of it myself. It just underscores the deeply personal costs of the T-virus, the unbearable sacrifices individuals are forced to make, even for those they care about most.
And amidst all this horror, our sources introduce us to Angela Ashford, Dr. Charles Ashford's daughter. She was actually cured of her degenerative condition using a controlled form of the T-virus, which makes her uniquely immune to the zombies. But she grapples with this terrible idea that whatever it was that Daddy had used to cure her also was responsible for what had happened here today, because she was a monster too. It reflects this kind of internalized stigma, a child burdened by the consequences of her father's genius and Umbrella's depravity.
And the significance of her little Spider-Man lunchbox is truly poignant, isn't it? It's not just a child's toy. It contains the precious T-virus, antivirus, the only hope for those infected. This mundane object, this symbol of childhood innocence, holds the key to survival. It's such a sharp contrast to the apocalyptic landscape all around her. Her perspective as a child, witnessing the deaths of teachers, classmates, but never being touched by the monsters. It's a stark, almost surreal symbol of innocence lost in horror.
Our sources then pivot to Carlos Olivera. He's an Umbrella Security Division commando called back from vacation. His team leaders, One and Ward, are out of place, so he's immediately thrust right into the disaster. And we see this rapid erosion of his loyalty to Umbrella. He perceives the unfolding events as nothing short of total incompetence. He and Nikolai, another commando, quickly realize they are nothing more than expendable assets, just pawns.
This is a critical point, isn't it? The breakdown of the corporate illusion, even for its own enforcers. Carlos kind of represents that internal moral compass Umbrella tried so hard to suppress. And when he himself becomes infected and is given the antivirus from Angela's lunchbox, that cements his alliance with the survivors. It's a powerful moment of defection, really, where personal values and just the raw will to survive override that corporate loyalty. Okay, this is where our deep dive gets into the truly extraordinary territory. Two individuals, profoundly altered by Umbrella's experiments, emerge as these central figures. One, a staggering example of evolution, the other, a terrifying weapon. Let's first talk about Alice Abernathy.
Right. So Building on Alice's established history head of Hive security, betrayed by her lover Spence, working to expose Umbrella. Our sources offer this really fascinating perspective on her transformation after she's captured and experimented on. She wakes with heightened speed, strength, agility, killer instincts, sharper senses, and even rapid healing. Broken fingers mend, cuts close spontaneously. This isn't just mutation in the way we might think of it. It's like an acceleration of human potential born from trauma and, well, corporate hubris.
Indeed. And Cain's chilling analysis perfectly encapsulates this. He sees her as representing evolution, a magnificent bonding with the T-virus, not just mutation. He states it so starkly. It took 5 million years for us to step out of the trees. You took the next step in less than 5 days. That perspective on genetic alteration just blurs all the ethical lines, doesn't it? Turning a human being into a mere data point in Umbrella's twisted research.
Her journey is incredible to follow. From that initial amnesia to regaining her memory, she starts leading survivors, taking on those lickers, those genetically engineered bioweapons. She even has to kill reanimated former friends and colleagues. She really embodies this new kind of human potential forged in the crucible of disaster. You see both her new abilities and her hardening resolve moment by moment.
Okay, then we have Nemesis. And his true identity, Matthew Addison. Alice's ally, Lisa Broward's brother. He was also working to expose Umbrella from the inside. His transformation is perhaps the ultimate horror of corporate dehumanization we see in this whole story.
Oh, absolutely. Infected by a licker, Matt was then subjected to the Nemesis program by Dr. Sam Isaacs and Major Cain. He became this 8-foot-tall, cybernetically enhanced, perfect fighting machine, wielding a massive railgun and a rocket launcher. This isn't just a monster, it's this macabre fusion of biological horror and technological enhancement designed solely for destruction. A weaponized human.
And what's truly compelling here, I think, is his internal struggle. Matt's consciousness is subsumed, it's buried deep, but it's fighting back. Our sources reveal his desperate internal thoughts. I'm Matthew Addison. I'm a human being, goddammit, and you can't take my life away from me like this.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful testament to the persistence of identity, of self, even under the most extreme physical and psychological violation imaginable.
And this all culminates in that dramatic battle for control at City Hall. Alice and Nemesis face each other. Cain is there, gleefully explaining their kinship as parallel strands of research, like they're just lab rats. He orders Nemesis to kill Alice, seeing it all as just a grand, controlled experiment playing out.
But the turning point is profoundly human, isn't it? Alice refuses to harm Nemesis. She recognizes Matt inside that monstrous form. This act of empathy, combined with Matt's own internal struggle, which is fueled by memories of Umbrella's atrocities, everything he fought against allows him to regain control. It's an extraordinary moment where humanity, or his memory of it, breaks through that monster's programming. It proves that even within a weapon, a sense of self can persist.
And what unfolds next is genuinely heroic. Nemesis, now controlled by Matt, turns on Cain's forces. He protects Alice and the other survivors. He uses his massive weapons to destroy Cain's stealth chopper, saving Alice. But he's buried in the fiery wreckage as the nuclear missile strikes the city. That raw, visceral shift in allegiance is captured in one of the most vivid exclamations from our sources, revealing the desperation and unexpected hope of that moment. Goddamn, he switched teams. Go, you big motherfucker, go!
And Cain, the architect of so much destruction, meets this gruesome and profoundly ironic end. Thrown from the helicopter by Alice, he's cornered and devoured by the horde of zombies, including the reanimated Dr. Ashford, the man whose work he corrupted. His final, chilling realization: for the first time, Cain realized that life was not at all cheap. It was precious. Serves as the stark, ultimate commentary on the value of life, delivered with brutal poetic justice. So after such a harrowing ordeal, this absolute nightmare, what becomes of our survivors? And does the truth of Raccoon City ever actually see the light of day?
Well, Jill, Carlos, Angela, and LJ, along with the gravely wounded Alice, they managed to escape Raccoon City in a helicopter. Just as a nuclear missile incinerates the city behind them, Alice had sacrificed herself to save Angela, a truly selfless act amidst all that chaos. It really demonstrates the deep bonds forged under that kind of extreme pressure.
But Umbrella's immediate cover-up is, well, it's a masterclass in information control, isn't it? News reports discredit Terra Morales' video footage, the evidence, calling it fake. They portray Jill and Carlos as disgruntled former employees with an axe to grind. Umbrella maintains its benevolent public image, even relocates its headquarters to San Francisco like nothing happened. It raises such a crucial question about who truly controls the narrative and how easily history can be rewritten by powerful entities.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Dr. Sam Isaacs, who was disappointed with Cain's lack of controlled experiment principles back in Raccoon City,
Hmm.
he recovers Alice's mostly intact body. This just highlights Umbrella's relentless, completely amoral pursuit of its scientific goals. They're undeterred by the catastrophe they just caused. He continues his experiments on her, viewing her purely as an asset, a valuable specimen, not a person who just saved others.
But Alice experiences a rebirth, you could say, a second awakening. She wakes naked in a lab tube, initially amnesiac again, but she quickly regains her full memory and her enhanced physical and mental powers, stronger than before, maybe. She breaks free, injures Isaacs in the process, and escapes into this new world. The very tools Umbrella gave her, her enhanced abilities, become her weapons against them.
And this leads to a powerful new alliance forming. Alice is met out in San Francisco by Jill, Carlos, and Angela. They risked everything because Angela, as they say, knew Alice would be here. There's this connection. They are now this unified, fugitive team, bonded by shared trauma, shared experience, a common enemy, ready to take on the monolithic power of Umbrella.
The ultimate mission is crystal clear now. Alice realizes Umbrella thought that when they managed to cover up the Raccoon City disaster, it was over. They were wrong. Her enhanced abilities, the very tools Umbrella gave her, are now her instruments to bring them down. As our sources so powerfully put it, for them, the nightmare had just begun. It's a defiant declaration of war against corporate impunity, really.
So we've journeyed through this corporate engineered apocalypse. We've witnessed the raw mechanics of unchecked power, the devastating fragility of human life, and also the astonishing capacity for both heroism and depravity. This deep dive really shows us that even when facing absolute control, manufactured chaos, individuals can forge their own paths, they can reclaim their identities, and create these unexpected alliances that challenge even the mightiest institutions.
Yeah, what's truly illuminating here is how that extreme environment of Raccoon City pushed everyone to their absolute limits. It revealed their core nature, didn't it? And it sparked these profound transformations, from Cain's twisted sense of loyalty and his ultimate ironic realization about life's value, to Matt Addison's fight for his own identity within the Nemesis program and Alice's evolution into something entirely new. Each character's journey reflects some deeper truth about resilience, identity, and the cost of change.
And this raises a really important question for us to ponder, I think. When corporate greed reaches a scale where it can literally reshape individuals physically and mentally and annihilate entire cities, what responsibility do we as individuals bear to resist? And maybe just as importantly, how do we recognize the subtle and sometimes not so subtle ways power structures try to control the narrative around us every day?
So, what does this all mean for you listening in? It's a powerful reminder, I suppose, that even when the truth seems buried and the narrative is completely controlled, the courage of just a few people, and sometimes the unexpected turn of fate, can ignite a real fight for justice. And it leaves us wondering, doesn't it? If a virus can accelerate human evolution, fundamentally altering what it means to be human, what then is the true cost, or maybe even the true potential, of change in our own world? Something to think about.